Mason is out. Roland Sholton is another winner. Anastasia Dobromislova, the former women's world champion, she is out as well, losing to Andy Roberts in the first round.
77.
John Part using that treble 19 very effectively here. And he's hitting that more than he hits the treble 20 tonight, the Canadian. And it's working fine for John Part. Now 3 big darts here, and he'll be on his way.
Well, that first dart, when it's like that, he normally comes down for the treble 19, but he knew exactly what he was doing because he's left himself a finish. 167. Yeah, he is one of the very best when it comes to switching down for the treble 19. Part and Phil Taylor, arguably the best at the cover shot in the game. 167 then.
Went close to that treble 20 to start with. Went for the treble 19 as well. McGowan with a tall order ahead of him to level it up. And John Part will step forward and attempt to go for a 3-1 lead, which could be decisive in this match.
Switch to 16s. Double 16 for 3-1. Beautifully done again. 3 out of 5 on the doubles for John Part. That is what wins the games, especially early on. Terrific finishing from the Canadian, but over a short distance, first to 6, if you're finishing spot on, then you've got a really good chance. We saw it earlier on, Alex Roy on the main stage, then the young Dutchman, Tu Grieber, both with checkout percentages over 60%.
Yes, John Part starting to stamp his authority in this game, you feel, and McGowan, quite simply, with the throw, has to take this leg to stay in the game. 3-1, John Part leads, the 3 times world champion, finishing well, finishing nicely, and with that one break of throw in form.
100.
John Part wins this, he'd be one of those names in the hat for the 3rd round that nobody else would want to draw, but let's not write off McGowan just yet. Made a really good start, took that opening leg, 84 on the ball, but Part winning the last 3 to take control of this match. But McGowan still has to break the Canadian's throw.
52.
Well, he's got at least 6 starts from here, the Irishman.
He can go treble 19 bull. He's going for the bull. In fact, he didn't go for that, but he's still going to return. He knows he's got plenty of time on his hands, Mick McGowan, and he will return to get back into this match.
Brilliant again. Well, we've picked out his consistency on the treble 19. It doesn't make any difference. That was really good finishing, so McGowan back in it. Part leads 3-2.
Well, they're getting tighter in that one on the main stage. Big names come out in round 3 of the competition. The likes of Barney going to have, the likes of James Wade as well. And a man called Mark Lawrence, who's in round 3, even though he hasn't thrown a dart. The reason being his opponent was timed out, didn't show up for his match. We can hear from Lawrence now.
Mark, you're through to the next round. I'm not sure congratulations are in order because your opponent hasn't turned up. So what was the drill?
We had to wait there for a fixed length of time. He didn't turn up. He says, Mark, you've got it. I says, can't it's its first game at 2nd round. Can't you give him a couple more minutes? So he agreed with me, give him a couple more minutes. And he's dragged me off. He says, you've won it. It feels like I've lost. I'm absolutely gutted for that lad.
Does anyone know where he was? I mean, he's just somewhere in the building, presumably.
I don't know where he is. I don't know the lad, but it's the lad who won News at World. So he is a thrower. Like, I'm on my game, but you don't want to win this way. You just do not want to win this way.
No, you don't. But nevertheless, you're through to the next round, and who knows who you might pick out next.
That is brilliant for me in one way, but I'm just flat. I feel terrible for that lad.
Thanks for talking to us.
Thank you.
They are Mark Lawrence through. Paul Cook, 1990 winner of the News of the World. Somewhere out there, didn't realise he was playing, I don't think, and he hasn't shown up. It's cost him £1,000.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, it really is crazy. I mean, the one thing you do in darts is make sure you know when you're going to turn up. You know, you're always practicing properly leading up to the game, and he will be gutted for not turning up.
A player of that experience as well, you'd expect a bit more from him.
Well, you would, Dave. I mean, you know, like you say, you won the News of the World and what have you, and you know, you can't explain it. He's probably completely forgotten. He's probably so overwrought about winning his first game. He's gone off just to recoup for an hour and forgot that he's going to be on so quick.
To show you a few of the round 2 matches you've got to look forward to. Lots and lots of action. Wayne Mardle, Les Fitton. The one that really stands out, that Paul Nicholson-Gary Anderson match, Rod.
Yeah, it's going to be a close one. I think Gary Anderson may still nick it, but if he isn't on his game in the first round, then Paul Nicholson is really up for this game, and he's going to get the crowd on his side as well.
Kirk Shepherd in action on 1 apiece with Steve Brown at the moment. Kirk Shepherd, former world finalist. Larry Butler in action soon as well, and Adrian Gray leading Diamond Dave Askew 1-0 in the second round of this competition. Remember, top 32 players in the rankings come in the third round. The draw will be made later on. This one's tighter than we might have expected given McGowan's form of late. Yeah,
McGowan, I mean, a few years ago was a great player. He's just come off the top a little bit, but that was so important, that last leg, because if he'd have gone in 4-1 down, the experience of John Part should have finished him off. But McGowan's still in the game. John Part is still got a real fight on his hands.
And no one will want Part, if indeed Part goes through in the next round.
No, I mean, he is a class player. You know that he never gives up. You know, he never throws a real bad game. You've got to play well to beat him. He isn't going to give you a game. And, you know, if you're a 3-time world champion, you know, you never do give up.
Back to Nigel Pearson and Stuart Pike.
Thanks, Dave. 3 more legs needed for John Part. Just to let you know, by the way, Dave Honey, who we saw featured not so long ago, the Karate King, runs his own taxi firm. He's 3-1 up in his second round match against Martin Turner. That's on ball 3. Here, Part 3-2 up, and you would think from here on in, a big favourite to book his place in that draw for the third round.
Absolutely, Stuart, you would have thought so, and he's been pretty consistent. His finishing has been good, but then again, so has McGowan. He's only had a couple of attempts at the double, and they've both paid off for him. And that last leg that he won before the short break there was absolutely vital to keep him in the match. But John Part now stamping his authority, and you would expect him to hold his throw here and go forward and take a 4-2 lead. Remember, first to 6, the short format, no room for error.